Yep, that's my intro.
Sup. So I just want to just go over with you guys. I really want to focus on dealing with those who are free to play and light spenders. When I say light spenders, I generally mean people who will never spend more than $10 to $20 on any purchase in the game. I mostly mean $10, but it can extend up to 20. I normally break up spenders groups into three. People who will not spend more than $10 in the game. That's from free to play to people who will not spend more than $10 in the game. Those who will spend up to a $20 purchase in the game, no matter how many times they do it, even if it's just one time. And then those who will spend $50 purchases or more on a single item in the game. That's how I break it up. You're either free to play to low spender, or you're a sometime spender, which is a sometime spender is you will buy a $20 purchase at some point in the game at least once. And then there's those who will buy a $50 purchase or more at some point in the game. So that's what I really want to focus on, that group, people who are free to play up to light spender. I want to focus on those people, help you guys be able to survive in this game. And it's not really that hard. So the very first question a lot of people ask is this a free to play friendly game? So if you're familiar with MMOs, there's no such thing as a free to play friendly MMO game. Mass multiplayer online. There's just none that are free to play friendly. Some people will say, "Oh, I survived great in this game." A lot of time that has to do with the server. I'll give you a prime example on my other server, which is the one I will be focused on the most. This server is a free to play friendly server. This is because there are no wells. There are some sharks on the server, but there are no wells. Where in the first few days, no one has hit a million yet. And like me myself, I did spend lightly on this account. I think the biggest purchase I made on the account was $15 purchase. And there aren't a lot of big players on the server, and I'm ranked at number 8 on the server. And so this server right here is a good server, and a person could be on a server like this if it stays the way it is right now, and will have a good experience being free to play, and they would think, oh, it's a free to play friendly game. But the majority of the servers aren't going to be like this. The majority of the servers are going to be people spending high numbers on the game, and that's whatever MMO game that you're a part of, you're going to come across that. So is it a directly free to play friendly game? I will have to say myself, no, but you can still enjoy yourself if you follow some of these rules and guidelines that I'm going to lay out for you guys today. So, and just in comparison, I'll just show you the rankings here, even though on this server also I'm ranked number 8, but you can see number 1 is 25 million and I'm at 8 with like 11 million. So these top 3 guys are wells. They even, the number 1 guy named that's Zoro named himself Orca. Yeah, so that's just how big of a well that these people are. Shout out to Zoro. uh he changed his name to Z Orca. They had a whole Orca theme going on over there for a little while. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do. The game will change for you whether you're free to play or not free to play later on. Once it's not so much about how much you spent, but how good you became at utilizing the teams. Because at some point you're gonna get all the champions. You're gonna use all your ACDCs, and you're gonna be somewhere close to on par with these players. And if you surround yourself with other good players, people that are similar to you or bigger than you, you'll be a great benefit. That because the game is not free to play friendly, it does not mean that it's not a game that you can play free to play and not have some fun. So I'm going to lay out some things to you that will definitely make it easier for you to have fun in this game as a free to play to light player, a spender, right? So the very first thing I tell everybody whenever they join any MMO game, and that's including this one, is you want to get into one of the top leagues inside the server. And the way you're going to do that mostly is by starting servers starting early in the server. There are a lot of benefits to starting early in the server. I'll go over some now. This game in particular have events that only exist in at the beginning of the server, such as the aerial race. The aerial race is just about using your drones. They want you to use 3,000 drones to receive these various rewards. And I know if you started on a server after this, this does not come back. These types of races are replaced by a commander race, which is different. So I'm going to continue. There's a Dark Legion Hunter event that's for early in the server. It's important that you get the rewards that's here. These are extra rewards that happens when you start early in the server. Another one is going to be the push the Path of Justice. The Path of Justice mimics the Supreme Commander event that happens in this game by having different objectives that you have on each day. It's about trying to get certain things, certain accomplishments done. Even when the next day come, you still can finish the objectives from the day before. As my war room need to go to 13 on this particular server here, I still need to get 1,000 mother boxes. Now, this does interfere with the Supreme Commander that happens later on because people like to save up, and we're gonna talk about that Supreme Commander at a later time. But this is something else. And there's one other event that is of extreme importance, and that is the Royal Ranking event. This is simply about getting up to 600,000 total power and getting the rewards are here, which are the most important rewards from this area is going to be all of the Green Arrow. Green Arrow is going to be one of your main heroes early in the game. So you want to get all of these shards that's coming on here. I never counted to see how many it was. 10, 20, 30, 40, 48, 51, 54, 57, 60, 64, 68, 70, 90, 100, 110 of his shards. So I still have 40 more of his shards to get here. He gives none as far as the rewards for the end. 40 more of his shards I'll be able to have for him. He will at the very least be at 4 blue stars. And you're gonna use him even on my other account, which is around 11 million. I'm still using Green Arrow because he's a very great champion in this game. And we will cover some great champions that you could be able to utilize. So one of the things that's important for being successful in this game is starting on a server early. New servers normally starts on a Monday. They normally starts on a Monday. So you want to start on these servers early. You want to get the rewards for all these different events. Now, after you receive, for instance, the aerial race is completed with 3,000, it's up to you what you want to do. If you want to start preparing yourself for the Supreme Commander or you want to continue to try to grow fast. It can go either way. It's the benefit either way. You want to continue to grow fast, utilizing your drones. If you notice here, mine still say I have 5 hours, 30-something minutes. I'm just going to save that up until I get my war room down, and then I'm just going to just utilize those drones, but I'm not going to get any extra reward. Where if I save it for the Supreme Commander, I will get a lot of reward for it. That's the same thing with the mother boxes. As you can see, I have no mother boxes. Supreme Commander, you utilize the mother boxes on the very first day of Supreme Commander. However, on one of the events here, as I already showed you, on the Path of Justice on day 1, I'm up to where you want to get 1,000 mother boxes in use. And I'm only getting these things, but I want these justice points. I want these justice points. They're important in the game. The only thing they're used for is to get the bonuses that's up here. I want them all. I want the extra anvils. I want the extra. I want the mythic champion shard. This is a shard that allow you to be able to use them to get to each one. You can put one shard on a champion. You know what I mean? So I want that. So and even though that's maybe they'll give you more than one. I don't know how many they're gonna give you of these. Hopefully, it's more than just one. But I want that. So I'm gonna do every last one of these for each day. I'm almost finished on day 2. I'm almost finished on day 3. The reason why those aren't done is because that number continues to go up. Once you get up 20,000 civilians, it's going to probably go up to 30,000 civilians. Same with the initiate 40 coordinated assaults. They talking about the Dark Legion assaults. Then once you get the 40 of those, it's probably going to go up to 50. And we haven't got the day 4 on this server. I started on this server on day 1. On my original server, I did not get a chance to start from the beginning. So I missed these events, and this is why I'm emphasizing why it's important to do those things. So this, if you start over, this is where you want to start from. I forgot what took me on this tangent, but one of the things I want to focus on, the very first thing you want to do when you get on a server is you want to go ahead and join the top league. You want to make sure it's not a bot league. There's in these game, there are a lot of leagues that are automatically generated. They are called bot leagues. They don't have a real actual leader as an R5 that has a bot who's only going to play for a certain amount of days and then become inactive. So you want to go to a actual league. You're going to notice most of these bot leagues, the teams are going to be named USA 1, USA 2, USA 3. They're going to have the same names of each different server. So you want to see the person who's advertising for the league inside of the global. You're going to see them inside global advertising for their league, and you want to get in the league in the first 2 to 3 days. This is how you get inside a really good league. After that, as time go on, they start seeing the people who spending money, and they done got up to 50, 60 people. They start becoming picky on who they let in. So you could end up being one of those low players that end up in one of these good leagues by just getting it. If you find yourself inside of a bad league, do not hesitate to leave that league and join in a better league. It's important, and we're going to cover one of the reasons why it's so important to join a good league. Starting now, the very first thing that makes it extremely important to join a good league is going to be the league store. So the league store is important because you'll be able to get some essential items in that store as the store grow. And you want the store to grow fast so you get to those items. What's sold out here is my anvils. I have a system. I buy all the anvils, which is only 5 at this time. Then I buy all of the drones, which is 100 of them at 80. Then I buy all the AC/DC shards. And depending on how much store coins I have left, the league contribution coins I have left, then I may go ahead and decide to buy some Q components, quantum components, or if I wanted to build up one of these heroes, which is Shazam and Flash, and I will probably get their shards, but I don't. As you can see, what's going to neck on the Epic Guardian store, we'll be able to get some of the afterburners and these coins that is utilized to increase your anti-crime network. So you'll be able to get those next also. So the very first thing that's important with having a league is gonna be that store, and it opens up with honor, and that's completing the task within the honor section. This opens up separate parts of your store. So you want to be one of the top leagues to get that open. The second thing that happens when being in a good league is the chest, the gifts. Now, what you're gonna get mostly from the common chest is going to be money, and it's going to be material for your armory to be able to make gear. And like it's only a little bit. For instance, it's only like 20, but you get these chests all days, and you get the money. The money isn't important. It's very you're never going to run out of money in this game. You don't have to worry about that. Now with those little 20 armors, they add up. Like there be days you'll be coming in, you'll be offered for maybe an hour and come back and see 100 of those chests. How do they get these chests? One of the main reasons they get these chests is from completing the Dark Legion. So joining and sending your Dark Legion it gives you these chests. So for instance, you yourself can only launch 5 Dark Legions, which is going to be the next area on why it's so important to be inside of a good league. You yourself can launch 5 Dark Legions. And if you have the leagues go up to 100 people, 100 people can each launch 5 Dark Legions. So, you that's just a lot of gifts going inside there. Not to mention that when you perform things such as the Rift, you finish your Rift, depending on how many people came to the Rift, you may come out of Rift and there's 500 to maybe 1,000 chests. The way the Dark Legion work is, not only do you get a chest for you launching a Dark Legion, but for every member that joined the squad. So you can fit 5 people inside the rally, or there's a chest for all 5 of you for that one Dark Legion. So you launching 5 is actually 20, can be end up being 25 chests that you yourself put out. Now imagine that 25 times 100 people. So that's what the situation is and why they're so important. Because that becomes potentially 2,500 chests per day. And the way the chests alternates, it seems to alternate $1. Next one is going to be the material for the armory. So on a perfect day, you end up with what I believe 25,000 extra material for your armory just off of chests. And that's just off of the Dark Legion, which is the second part of, the third part of why it's so important to be in a good league. This is because you want to be able to launch a Dark Legion, and if you need help on the higher ones, you don't need the higher ones because you're going to get 200 league coins for just launching and being successfully defeating your Dark Legion. No matter what level the Dark Legion, you gotta assume that at some point they're going to change that to make it more beneficial for hitting the higher ones, because there are a variety of Dark Legions, and you get the same amount of points no matter which one you hit. This is a level 375 devastation spear, and like I can launch at this current time. I can launch the Joker's Guard, which is only 15 levels, level 15, and still get 200 of the league coins, and then you get a little extra benefit for the Dark Legions. When you get your gift at the end of it, it'll give you, go ahead. Let's say that's because it was this is for other rewards for stuff that's going on inside my world map, but 200 coins and some other things. So it becomes important to do your Dark Legions to get that. You can get, that's 1,000 league store points just for launching all 5 and successfully defeating all 5 of your Dark Legion. And then each member that you join, you can get 30 for joining a successful rally on a Dark Legion of theirs. And you can do that 30 times in a day, which is another 900 league store points. So between you getting the third, joining 30 people and you launching your 5, you can end up with 1,900 league store points per day just off of doing that. The other thing that comes up with being inside of a good league is going to be the league tech, and this is very important. Just from donating to the tech, if you donate to what is highlighted, I'm an R4, so I could take that on and off. You get 20% more for donating to a highlighted, to the thumbs up. This means recommended tech. So every time you'll see the league coins is 12. I take it off, it's going to be 10. So you're getting 2 just for every donation, just because it's recommended. So you always want to donate to whatever is being recommended. We always like to recommend the construction and the tech, which is why this is so important, because the construction boost here is to your personal construction and to your personal tech. So you want to donate, and you want to boost up the tech that's in here to help you be able to grow your city faster. So the faster this tech store is being completed, and what's normally going to happen in the top alliance, because 2 things happen in the top alliances. One, you have bigger players who's going to probably be using some of their actual currency, the gems, to increase the tech. And you're going to have a lot of people donating the tech to get the tech completed faster. So you want to go ahead and be in the top alliance, top league, in order for these special privileges. And one of the things I would advise any free to play to low play player to do is chum yourself up with the leadership inside of these leagues. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you're one of those people that's constantly in the chat, constantly talking, your opinion matters. So say, for instance, Rift is being done at a time that you cannot join on a regular basis, but you're cool with the R5, you're cool with the R4, and you say, Dag, I wish I could join Rift. It's too bad that you guys are doing it at this time all the time. you will see that they will try to make accommodations to make sure that you're a part of it, just because you will be prioritized for your activeness in the chat. So chum yourself up to the R4s or R5. You don't even have to like go out your way to say hi or anything. All you need to do is just speak inside the global chat. Say good morning. You know what I mean? Say thank you whenever you see one of those canisters, whatever they're called, and you wind up getting one. You get, when you just say thank you inside the chat, you'll notice you say thanks to the chat. That's just from dropping like the heroes rewards on the map. You know what I mean? So just be one of the people that's saying that. Say be active in the chat, and then you can just make suggestions. Is there any way we could try to do Rift at a different time one day of these weeks? Because Rift is done every 2 days, and you'll see that you'll become a valuable member of the chat. You can maybe end up being R4 just from being consistent inside the chat. So that's just something I would recommend extra. The next thing for free to play to low spending players I advise is that you fill up your friends list. Fill up your friends list. This is very important. When you fill up your friends list, you have every day you get to send and claim gifts every single day. Now, you may not want to claim it at every second, whatever, but when you claim it, you can get a lot of rewards. After a certain amount, after your first 10 attempt rewards, which are going to be all drones, you start getting mystery rewards. And this is just from people that everyone wants to come in and receive these gifts. So everyone is going to go click that receive and send gifts. And by the end of the day, you will collect all of these mystery rewards, which is going to be drones, XP, chips. So you want to have as many friends as possible for this particular reason. The other reason is in the store, once a week, you got to send out a request to lower the cost of a special item they got up there. That special item goes down to the price of 0. So you want to have as many people that you're doing this for as possible, and that's doing it for you to quicken the lowering of that price. And the other reason is mementos. So the mementos, these are items that you can trade in to get some type of reward. I'm missing one here for 10 components and 20 ACDCs and 20 gems. So you add this item. I add this item to my wish list, and anyone who's a friend can send it to me. Anyone who's a friend can send this to me. So you want your name to pop up there, so if they have an extra, that they just send it to you. You see what I'm saying? If they have an extra one, if they have more than one, and it'll show green here, and then they'll be able to send it to whoever is requesting it. So you want to constantly put something there that someone can send to you. And the more friends you have, this isn't a league situation. This is a friend situation. The more you have, then the better it is for you. So these are some things that's very important for you to do as a free-to-play to non-spender or low spender in this game. You want to make sure you're in a great league. You want to make sure that you fill up your friends list. This is very important. You want to make sure you participate in a Dark Legion in your tech. And if you do that, you'll have a good time in this game. So I'm going to cover this for now. I'll be right back on my next video, which is going to be dealing with who you should use as a free-to-play to low free-to-play spender. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel. Hit the like button. I'm going to focus on this core group of guys. I'm going to get better at doing these videos. So please, guys, just follow along. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. This is Mel. I'm out.